Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to YouTube channel Corporate Governance by Abdul Nazari. Today is the second lecture, and we'll discuss about today we'll discuss about the need of corporate governance. As we studied the last lecture of the basic and fundamentals of corporate governance. Um, so today we'll study about the need of corporate governance. Now, if you can see in here the need for corporate governance, we have four points. You can see the bullets in here and left side. Now the first one, protect and serve individual interest of each stakeholder. In here we have said that corporate governance' duty is to protect individual interest. So we have a lot of stakeholders like the owner, we have owner, lender, employees, and business associate in society. So corporate governance is the duty, the responsibilities or they are accountable to protect the interest of all individuals. And now the second one, we have the protect and serve the collective interest of all stakeholders. Now in here the corporate governors, they are accountable to make a decision like for all, not to put the one of them like the owner or a lender. So they will not make rules and regulation for a single stakeholder, but they make rules and decision, and they will make the rules for all, not for only. So that's why we can say that's why their duty is what to protect and serve collectively interest of all stakeholders, not only one. So collectively decision making rules should be for all, not for single one. Now number third we have to ensure no one benefit at the expense of another. So in here you can say that. So it means that no stakeholder is allowed to exploit another. It means that no one is allowed to exploit the other stakeholders' rights or benefits. So the third point is about this. Now the fourth point is that to ensure no stakeholder has a monopoly of decision making. Like in here we have, so this corporate governors, they are accountable, or their duty is that outsider, we can say outsider or owner, lender, employees, business associate in society. So it means that no single stakeholder enjoys the monopoly of decision making process of a company. And decision making means that there shouldn't be allowed any single stakeholder on decision to get a monopoly benefit on decision making. Like for example, in the hospitals we have such activities. We have in a hospital. In a hospital, what is here? An owner built in a hospital. Now an owner hired the experts, medical experts. The benefit all goes to the owner. He will take a huge money, but he will give a very low skill salary to who? To the expert of, like I say, medical doctors. So in here the owner is enjoying monopoly. The owner is enjoying monopoly in here. Now these are the need of corporate governors, that to protect the interest of the stakeholders. Like the first one, their corporate governors are looking for the individual interest, collective interest. They are exploiting one or another for their benefits. They are taking care of to not exploit the benefit of another. One stakeholder cannot exploit the benefit of another. So why? Because governors are there. They're observing. They're watching that to all. In other words, we have the decision making shouldn't be for one. It should be for all. No one can enjoy what a monopoly decision making. Now we are looking forward for definitions of corporate governance. We have that if you see in here, three lines definition. The three-line definition we have the mechanism used to control and direct the affairs of a corporate body in order to serve and protect the individual and collective interest of all stakeholders. So it means that if you see there is a word highlighted, mechanism, and below we discuss the mechanism. That what do we mean by mechanism? Mechanism means rules, regulation, professional codes, industrial practices, management techniques, and employed to conduct and regulate the affairs of the company. So it means that the rules and regulation. Through rules and regulation, the governors, corporate governors, through rules and regulation, the corporate governors can protect the interest of individual or collective interest of its all stakeholders. Through what they can do? Through rules and regulation. Through rules and regulation, they can protect the interest of all stakeholders. Now, not only this definition, furthermore definitions we have that as defined the foreigners, they define that Gabriel Devinian defines the corporate governance as an internal system encompassing policies, process and people which serve the needs of shareholders and other stakeholders by directing and controlling. Look, there is a word directing and controlling. Management activities. Now look, directing and controlling. Management activities with a good business savvy. Savvy means practices. Now objectives. Accountability and integrity. Sound corporate governance is the reliant and external marketplace commitment and legislation plus healthy board of culture which safeguard the policies and process. So overall definition is based on the two things that we hear. First we have about the, as we can see, it's simple. Policy is talking about the policies and controlling and directing. The interest of to protect the interest of stakeholders or shareholders, and plus to achieve its objective. Now some more definitions we have as defined. Another Laporta defines the corporate governance as a set of mechanisms through which outsiders, investors protect themselves against exploitation by insider. Now, in here, in this definitions is all, like I say, there is between insiders. What do you mean by insiders? What do you mean by outsiders? Insiders will mean, what do you mean by insiders? Insider means management bodies and as well as shareholders. Outsider means stakeholders. There comes owners, lenders, employees, business associates in society. Outsiders are scaring of its own interest and shareholders are scaring its own interest. Between them, there is a corporate governance to protect their mutual interest. Stakeholders are scaring of exploitation by outsider. Our shareholders are scaring of exploitation of outsider, owner, employees of the, and stakeholders are scaring of insider, shareholder, and management bodies. So between them there is another body that is called corporate governance, which govern the or protect the interest of their mutual. As you can see there, we have insider means both managers and controlling shareholders. Now the next definition we have the Cadbury report say that defines the corporate governance as a system by which companies are directing and control. So same definitions. This is the fourth one. Same message conveying. Idea are the same, but the wording are different, but idea is the same. Directing, controlling. So with directing and controlling, it means that corporate governors are those who direct and control and protect the interest of the stakeholders, all stakeholders. And here we have governance and management. What is difference between governance and management? Now, how do these terms differ? Number one, does governance including management, and does management including governance? So look at it. Okay, now with the help of relationship between management and governance, so in here we have two definitions between management and governance. We can easily understand their differences and the relationship. Now in here, now definition we have governance. The governance, can be assumed that what board of directors of a company does to ensure proper conduct of its affairs. Now it means that governance, or they are responsible to make a huge policies for the company, for the policies and for the companies, and the governance especially they are collected by who? By shareholders, for the sake of and that's why they are in the board, and that's why in their board of directors, for mutual interest, definitely for the mutual interest of both stakeholders, is protect the mutual interest of stakeholders and shareholders. Now the next one we have management. Management, what is done by the employees hired by board to operate the company's affairs and on the day-to-day basis. Definitely management or managers, or the management bodies, managers, or they're elected by the board of directors. That board of directors for day-to-day basis the operations and affairs. So that's why the management is managers are elected. Now we are moving on to the next. We have the relationship between the management and management governors. Now governors, as we said that board of directors performing the governance functions. The functions are governance function. They're making policies, rules, and regulations. And managers are carrying out all those carrying out the operational management of the company. Now the daily basis they are operating for that. They are they are making rules and regulations. So and managers are implementing all those rules and regulations. Now between there we have another, there is highlighted, we have that the executive directors involved in both functions. Executive directors bodies, they are involving in both functions, in both and managers and as well as board of directors. Executive directors, they are all those people, they are investors, shareholders, and as well as they are involved in managers and as well as in a board of directors. So they are in mutual. They are mutual, right? They are in the middle, and they are observing both managers and plus board of directors. They are observing board of directors whether the board of directors is making proper policies or not, and manager they are overseeing the managers that whether they are making proper implementation or not. So in both, for both, there is another we have another for the observing another body, that is executive directors. So they are involved in both functions. Now function and we have function and relationship, functional relationship between governance and management of company. In here, look at the chart. In the chart you can see that. Now you can see that in here we have functions. We have 4 functions: planning, leading, controlling. So first one we have planning. The planning, we have one side we have the governance body, and one side we have the governance body, and another we have the governance, all this, and then we have management. So first one we have management, planning. And planning, we have preparation of plans. Managers, actually they are making plans, plans how to increase, so let's suppose how to increase the budget. Now they are making plans. Then governance bodies, they are approving the plans. Why? This is the question. Why? Can governors cannot make a plan? Yes, they can, but it is not their duty, because it is their manager duty to make a plan, because they are involving in day-to-day basis operation. Now number 10, second one. Now leading. In leading we have the governors are providing all leadership. It means that the governors, they are telling that how they are providing directions how to achieve the target. Now it is management duty to implement all those directions in a practical way. Now next one we have organizing. Organizing, it means in organizing we have the governors. The governors are providing resources, and then management take a division and resources and take a decision on resources. Like suppose, for example, if there is a university, if a university providing, the governor is providing a resource, for example, a place for exercise. Now it is the management duty how to advertise, how to bring in a practical way, and how to advertise it. It means that how to utilize all the resources, all those resources which provided by the governors. So there is management duty to bring in practical the resources which organized by governors. Controlling is controlling managers. Governors are controlling managers, and managers are controlling employees. The question is that governors controlling managers, then who control the governors? Questions in here. Definitely, of course, the governors can be controlled by who? By shareholder. By shareholder they can control. They can be controlled. How? So they are scaring governors, or they are always think about to make a proper good plans, because they are scaring. Annual general meeting. In annual general meeting, annually there is a meeting between the shareholders. They are electing the governor's body. If you're performing is worse, definitely you will be fired. You will be removed. If you're good, so they will again reboot you. Again, they will vote you again. So definitely, an annual general meeting, your governors are scaring of annual general meeting. Okay, now let's talk about the governor's rules. Before we study about the difference between management and governors, now we study about the rules of the governors. So the first rules, the role. Sorry for that. Now rules and is the role of governors. Now the first rule is that a strategic vision. Strategic vision is actually is the duty of responsibility of the governors that make a strategic vision. That vision should be definitely vision should be a long-term vision, and for a long-term. So we can say that governors always think about that where and what we want to be in the future, where we want to be and what we want to become in the future. So that is called in a vision. Vision like for a long term, like after 10 years or 20 years, where we want to be and what we want to be in the future. That is called a strategic vision for the future. That's for the long-term future, for the long term. Now the second one we have setting objective of the company. The first what you have, that's that setting objective. Now they have set a long-term vision, and the second one they have set a setting objective of a company. They put that how to achieve the target for them. How to achieve the target, for that they are making plans. For that they are making plans. How to achieve the target that you have set as objectives, how to achieve it. Then how to achieve the target, that's for that the governors are making plans. The governors are making plans. Now the next one we have devising plans to achieve these objectives. Now in here, now the plans are made, the plans are divided. They are dividing the plans to achieve the objectives. They are dividing plans year basically, quarterly. They are dividing the plans. They are dividing the plans like yearly. After 1 year we will this. So when you divide the plans, they definitely will achieve the target. Dividing the plans, you cannot directly achieve your target. Definitely you have to divide. year base. You know, after 10 years, let's suppose I'm a marketeer. I'm what like I have got a product. So in my mind, I have said that my products have a large amount, like a large scale we have. Product line is a lot. So I just set in my mind that this product should be after 5 years in here, right? So I said that these are rules. These plans I have divided that after 10 years I'll take this product to here and here and here, and finally I'll achieve my target. And after 10 years I will be there. So that you have, I divided my plans. I divided the plans. Now next one we have arranging the resources. Arranging the resources. Corporate governors, they are arranging the resources of achieving the objectives. So actually you are arranging all the resources for achieving the objectives. Defining rules and parameter. Defining rules and parameter. So now corporate governors are making rules and as well as its a parameter, its a skill, and its the measurement that how it should be implemented in organization. So that is governor's duty to make a rules and to define the rules and its parameter. Now next we have not directly concerned with the routine affairs. Routine affairs means day-to-day affairs. So governors are not directly concerned with the day-to-day affairs. Now normally with day-to-day affairs, they are not concerned with that directly. So now protection of interest of all stakeholders. Definitely governors are, as we studied before, that governors are a body that protection. They are protecting the interest of all stakeholders. That's why they are working for that. That's why they are selected for that. They are the third party that in the middle. Actually, they are in the middle. That's why they are working for protection of trust of all stakeholders. So now, what is the role of management? So, in the role of management, current operation affairs, definitely the management or managers are involved in day-to-day affairs, and operational they are involved in the day-to-day affairs. Now, taking direction from the board. Actually, managers are making plans, and for that, because they are involved in the day-to-day business. So, for approval of that plan, that they take a direction from that. Or, for example, if there are new plans here, definitely they take a direction from the board of governors. Now, implementing in the plans. Now, the plans that the board of directors they have made it. So definitely the managers are implementing all those plans which made by governors. Developing suggestion and alternative. They are always making suggestions. They are making suggestions and alternatives for the plan. Why? Because they are involved in day-to-day affairs. Definitely, they are someone that who make plans, give suggestions and alternative suggestions, and make alternative ideas, and developing the suggestions and alternative ideas they are giving. So the managements are there to give this developing. That's why they are involved because they are involved. Why they are involved? Why they are involved to get to take a decisions or to develop decisions and alternative, because they are as we said in the first one, current operational affairs. They are involved in current operations. They better know that. Now, what do you have corporate science? Corporate science is we have three sides of corporate science. So corporate science actually this is a cause of sometimes it is a cause of failures of corporate governors and managements. Corporate governors and managements. Now, number one, we have sloth, unwillingness to take the risk in initiative. This type of governors and our managers, the sloth is unwillingness to take a risk and initiative. So it means that the sloth means the type of governors, they are not taking any initiativeness and unwillingness. They don't want to, because that's why they are laziness. Just for the sake of their laziness, that's why they can't take any decisions. The sloth in here, we have a laziness. It shows the laziness, and just the company goes failure. and they won't even that they won't take any they won't any concern, and even that they won't any concern with the stakeholder their investments. So they don't want to take any proper decision or risk or initiatives. So definitely this is the laziness of the corporate governors. Now next we have greed. Greedy is greed is the word that we have taken from the greedy. So it is the desire of the manager to get the best for themselves. So selfish. The greedy word we have is here we have selfish. They're always taking about their own self. Dishonest means that it means that it's dishonest, and definitely the greedy is always taking the decisions or making plans for personal benefit. They don't take care of the stakeholders. So with this type of governors comes, so definitely the company going to be decline stage. The third one we have fear. Fear is a tendency of a refrain from the doing anything and not to display as a boss investors. Now in here we have fear means this fear of boss. He won't take any initiative, he won't take any decision because of fear. Maybe he will just, if he take any decision, or if you give any decision or any initiative of scaring of its post, or maybe if I take any decisions, my boss will fire me. So from this post. So this will also cause a problem for it will be a cause of problem for company. It can decline stage because whatever the owner said, the employee say yes, you are whatever you said, that is you are the best. What you said, that's right. So also it's a failure stage of for a company, and as well as the interest of the stakeholder and shareholders. The sloth refers to attitude of risk aversion, and while the fear is indicate simple laziness. Now you can easily see that the laziness and aversion, risk aversion. So sloth refers to attitude of risk aversion, not taking any risk, and fear is what? Laziness. We can say that. Now in here we have agency theory. Agency theory, what is agency theory? Does it apply companies? So in agency theory we are looking for, so if you see number one, what is agency theory? What comes to your mind whenever you see the agency theory? What comes to your mind? So think about what comes to your mind when you see the agency theory. Okay, now so what comes to your mind when you see the agency theory? Agency theory. Now the first question is that what is agency theory? What is agency theory? It is a theory where principal appoint agent, directors to look after its behalf. So it is a theory to look after its behalf. So does it apply to companies? Yes, of course it does, but not fully apply in companies, So next we have agency theory. We have two party. First one is shareholders. It means principal, owner or investors, and directors. It means agents who are corporate governors. We have it's called. Now, when the word corporate governance comes, there should be focus should be stakeholders, in trust of stakeholders collectively, all stakeholders, not just a particular party, namely shareholders. So the word governance comes. The word governor comes. It means that it should be focused on stakeholders and all stakeholders' interest. So in agency theory we have three party model. We have three parties. First one we have principal, watchdog. That we can say that in watchdog, first we have principal. We can call shareholders, owners or investors. You can call watchdog. You can call directors. Agent means management. When there is a clash comes between agent and principal. So the directors or corporate governors always think about your own interest. So this is all about agency theory. So agency theory is a point. So a single a principle, we can say that as we said that it is a theory in which the principal appointed agent to look after look after his behalf. Now it's all about agency theory. So let's move on to the next. Next we have. Let's move on to the next. Then we have approaches of corporate governors. We have three approaches of corporate governors: shareholder approach to corporate governors, stakeholder approach to corporate governors, enlightened shareholder approach to corporate governors. So we'll discuss one by one. Now we can see that the approaches of two corporate governors. The approaches to corporate governors, we have three approaches. Then we have first one, we have shareholders approach. Shareholder approach to corporate governors. Shareholder approach to corporate governors means that the governors should look for should take care of the shareholders' interest rather than any other stakeholders or any managers or managers. So it's the governors, or it should take more deeply concern to the shareholders. Now the second one, we have stakeholders. The stakeholder approach to corporate governance. It means that we have to. It means that we have to consider all the stakeholders and the shareholders equally. We give interest. We give a look for all